how do we build the share capital of a cooperative? The challenge is that if you go to a private sector or a private investment model, a few people with capital will set up the company. If they don't have enough capital, they will get private equity to invest in it, and they have enough capital almost on day one to start operations, and if they fall short, they can raise the second and third round and eventually make the company successful. Now that model is very good and it has worked very well around the world. The challenge is that who makes the money? So in this investment model, all the profits go to the investors, to the promoters and the private equity investors, and later on to the next round investors, and if you go IPO, then the money comes from the share market. But if you go to a cooperative, there are no external investors there because the beneficiaries or the owners are the farmers themselves, and unfortunately they do not have that kind of capital. So if you bring in large amounts of external capital, yes, the business will work well, but the external investors will take away the profits. Very little will remain for the farmers. So how do you overcome this challenge? This is a challenge world over. This is nothing new for poor farmers in India. This has been there from the 17th, 18th, 19th century when cooperatives started the world over. How did they overcome that? By a very simple method. Yes, initially there is some external help, but you build up the capital year after year. So one model is that a part of the produce value is set aside, taken from each member as capital for the cooperative. So if a member, to put a number on it, instead of selling produce at 100, if the produce is sold at 150, the member gets 50 rupees more. So what the cooperative can do is, we will not give you 50 rupees, we will give you 40 rupees. And 10 rupees will be a compulsory deposit of yours into the share capital of the cooperative. So year after year you can build it up, and within a few years it has a healthy balance sheet with share capital, reserves and surplus, and they can actually overcome challenges and risks of commodity trading. By chance, if once in 10 years there is a bit of a hit and the profits go down, there is enough reserves and surplus for it to overcome that. So the simple model is build it up, but the power is in the numbers. So if you had, that's why I was talking about 10,000 farmers. So if there are 10,000 farmers and each one of them has 10 bags of produce, that is 100,000 bags. If you take a small amount, like 100 rupees per bag of produce, it is not much, you already talking about 1 crore of rupees adding to the share capital year after year, and as the membership grows, it's going to grow further. So there has to be a method of building up the financial base of a cooperative, and there is nothing better than having lots of members and asking each member to set aside a part of the profit and put it into the cooperative. So let me stop here, and we will discuss the future issues on cooperatives in the coming sessions.